Hey guys, it's Vulcan Wolverine or Kyle. I'm at my parents' house. I don't know if you can see it. There's like a hovering, blinking light. It's moving back and forth. There's actually two. Like, I don't know if you can see them on camera. That's the street light. There's two aerial vehicles kind of hovering. This one's going back and forth. There's one going back and forth, and then there's one over to the side, and it's moving. And I'm getting hit really hard at my parents' house. I've like really buffered the remote stuff that my neighbors in. I don't know if you can see these. It's like little tiny lights blinking, and it's aerial vehicles. This one came across. It came this way, and then it went back, and then there's one over here, and I'm getting hit like around my head and my spine, like it's like gravity just bringing me down to the ground, like electromagnetic frequencies that are just like it's hitting my spine and just bringing me down. And I thought it was my neighbor, but I've got stuff like buffering his remote stuff, and then I walk out and there are two aerial vehicles, two I don't know what they are. I guess some kind of aircraft, but this one's going back and forth, and it's really slow. If you can see it, that there are the trees. Maybe you can see the blinking light. It's in between the trees. It's like a blinking red light. Two aerial vehicles, like right, and there were tons of chemtrails today, like all above my parents' house, and like all above, like pretty much, where I live. There's another one. There are three aerial vehicles, blinking lights, hovering back and forth. And there's one over here. It's like they look like moving stars, but it's kind of a red blinking light. There's like three of them. I wish y'all could see this. This is crazy. I'm getting hit like I took a bath, and I got hit so heavy around my chest and my neck, and I was just like, this is it, you know. So I don't know what's going on. Like, I buffered stuff in my neighbor's house. Like, a lot of the neighbors around here are involved in the vehicular stalking with the DHS Fusion Center. But then I'm seeing three aerial vehicles that blink, and they're just moving back and forth. Moving back and forth. I wish I could see this. It's tiny blinking lights. They're moving back and forth. They're going this way and that way. And I'm getting hit like heavy artillery, electromagnetic frequencies. And there's a cat by my feet. Hey, kitty. I don't know, it's so dark, you can't see anything. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this video up, because there are three. It's like, tell me if y'all, oh, another one. If you can see it, it's red blinking. They're just like there's four aerial vehicles that are just hovering back and forth above above my parents' house. Red blinking light, some kind of aircraft, I guess. And I am getting hit the hardest I've ever been hit in my targeting. I'm wondering if some of it, if they're, hit me with some of it. Because I've got stuff buffered, like at my neighbor's, to where I just hear the V2K, but it's not that heavy. And then, like, I took a bath, and it was just like gravity was hitting my neck and my shoulders, and I was just being brought down. And they're all over the place. There's one too. It's like these blinking lights, and do y'all see, if you can see that on video, point the video right at them. They must be drones. They're just hovering. It's not like that's so weird. They could just be individual private drones that people get. But I'm getting hit really hard at my parents' house. And I went to I mean, they are really, like, my stalkers, my targeters, I mean, they are really going for me. They're really just, like, really trying. I mean, I don't want to. Oh, there's another one right there. This is like one, two. These are aerial crafts. Are very small and they're blinking red. One, two, and then there's one over here. One, two, three, and then there was four coming right over my parents' house, like a hovering aircraft. I guess a drone. So they've got drones, and then the neighbors are kind of involved in the DHS Fusion Center stuff. So they come out of the driveways when I'm outside. It's crazy, man. I told my I was telling my psychiatrist about it, just how, like, look up DHS Fusion Centers and how there's vehicular stalking. I've never seen this before though. The actual the lights in the sky. Like, I mean, these are hovering aerial vehicles. They're not helicopters. It doesn't look like any kind of aircraft that I know. I wish I could see it. There's four of them, and I'm getting hit so hard at my parents, and I have buffered so good at my parents' house. And there was one targeted individual, Thomas. I don't know, I don't know where he is now. He took down a bunch of his videos, and he hasn't been seen or heard from. But he was talking about how drones were hitting him. You know, they were hitting him with microwaves in the chest. And I was getting hit hard in the chest and the shoulders, like the back of my head. So I don't know if my stalker has a lot of pull like this to get aerial drones to shoot microwaves at me, shoot electromagnetic frequencies. I don't know if this is just a psych out or if they're actually doing something. There was one that flew right over, and then one right there, and then one over there. There were like four of them. There are four, and they're just like going back and forth, back and forth. Like, this one's flying that way. It's kind of hovering and flying that way. It's probably gonna come back. Really slow, like really slow. Red light blinking. I think it's too. Maybe I got some of it on tape. I mean, my stalking's getting really bizarre. I'm gonna keep going. Like, we had a great conference call. Pete Santilli was on the FFCHS conference call, talking about protests in different states, you know, to stop this. And you know, I told you I was talking to my psychiatrist, and you know, he was like, well, I don't know, it could be happening. He's like, I hope it's not happening, but it could be happening. And you know, I was just sitting there telling him, you know, about the whole thing about DHS Fusion Centers, and like how, you know, my neighbors are like, I mean, they've got me pinned in my house. And then when I go to my parents, the guy is saying the same thing on B2K. He's like, we got to get him out of there. We got to do this. We got to do this. And he's talking about murdering me. Like, I mean, they got me really bad tonight. Like, I was in the bathroom, and it was just like, oh, on my spine and on my shoulders. Like, right now, it's just all around, like my shoulders and the back and my back. Like this heavy pressure. And it's the same it's the same electromagnetic frequency that I feel, you know, from my neighbor, but it's like powerful. So there were four of these aerial vehicles. Red lights. One of them was just going back and forth, and then there was one over here. And then Kitty Cat came up. I don't know if y'all can see Kitty Cat. Hey, Kitty Cat. Say hey to everybody. Let's see, yeah, okay. It's so dark. I don't think y'all can see that. That's bizarre, man. That is so bizarre. I've been having a rough time. I got the like, my mom helped me get the Sentinel from QA, which has the power of, like, you know, two to three tabletop defenders, and you can bring it with you. It's like, You can bring it with you, so if they're hitting you remotely, it'll buffer it out. And I've kind of used it just to put it up against the wall of my neighbor's house, just kind of test it out. It's been doing good. They've been remote neural monitoring me, and then it kind of buffers out, and then I think they'll move their stuff. But it has been tough. It has been really tough. This is crazy. I saw four hover. I don't know what those are. I don't know if they're manned aerial vehicles or if they're drones, because there's so many drones, just flying around. I've seen some, and I may have been mistaken before, because some of them look like stars, but it wasn't moving. And so I think the video where I thought I saw a drone, I think that was a mistake. I think that was a star. These are moving, like they're moving, they're hovering back and forth. So I think I saw just a very bright star, and I thought it was a drone, but these are actually hovering back and forth. And it looks like they're very quiet, and it's not like a helicopter or an aircraft that makes a, kind of I guess a sonic boom sound or whatever, or just an engine sound. They're very, very quiet. Just floating back and forth. That is so bizarre. I'm kind of freaked out a little bit. It was a lot of pain. So that's why I'm very discombobulated. I'm sorry if I'm a little discombobulated, but I'm gonna keep going. Just keep making videos. Just keep doing activism. We'll stop this. This is crazy. I mean, like, I hear my neighbor on the V2K, and he's got a guy who's bringing weapons into the house, and like heavy remote neural monitoring, and it's like they're just like, everything I do, it's like, oh, it's over. That's what he said. He's always saying it's over. It doesn't matter. We can do anything we want to him. It's so crazy. Like, I just don't. Kitty cat. You were just walking around my legs, huh? You're so precious. Not really a cat person, but I'm gonna go to my house and see Pepper and make sure, all my stuff is working, plugged in and stuff. This felt different though. I hope y'all got some of it. I don't think so. I don't think my camera was picking it up. They were just moving back and forth. I don't know if they can. I don't know if these aerial vehicles can stay in one spot. Like, I wonder. There's one right now. It looks like a star blinking. It's moving right now. That's crazy. I mean, there's one. There was another one. If y'all can see that. And they do. It looks like a moving star, but it's more of a red blinking. I don't know if this is a psych out for me, like, and they're not directing energy towards me, electromagnetic frequencies, or if it's there's that one coming back. They're just all over the sky. There's one going there, one going there. I've seen like 5. And it's just, they're just hovering. Quiet aerial vehicles. I don't know if they're manned. Definitely, I mean, definitely manned. Definitely like our stuff. Definitely like American, like drones or something. God, it's so weird. If y'all can see that. It blinks. It's blinking, moving. It's like a red. And it's just hovering, it's really quiet. Boy, I've been getting hit really hard by my parents. I mean, it was just like, I slumped over, because it was just like, such a heavy pressure on my neck and my head. I'm sorry, kitty. He's like getting around my feet. Wow, I just, look, I want to try and get it on tape, because they're just hovering there. That is such a weird, it's just a blinking, like, hovering aerial vehicle, and it's so quiet. It looks very small. I don't know if y'all can see it. I've seen 5 of them just hovering around